If you are curious if you can actually make money with ChatGPT, then this is the video for you. If you don't know me, I'm Mary Beth Santos. I help you create and sell digital products, things like ebooks, courses, and workshops, and I help you do it faster and more efficiently than ever before with ChatGPT. So last week I was roaming around the internet and looking at different ways that people are trying to make money with ChatGPT. And most of the articles that I found that were written about how to make money with ChatGPT sounded like they were written by ChatGPT. Not that there's anything necessarily wrong with that, but I wanted to do something a little bit different. So I am going to take the ideas that I found and I'm going to start to put them to the test. So as your How to Make Money with ChatGPT guinea pig, of course I started by asking ChatGPT how I could make money with it. So I am going to go hop into the response that I got from ChatGPT because it wasn't exactly what I was looking for, although it was correct. So we're going to hop into that screen and look at that output I got from ChatGPT, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. All right, here we are inside of my best friend in my office. Since I work alone by myself all day, we're in my ChatGPT. And I asked ChatGPT, I want to start a side hustle using ChatGPT. I want to take advantage of your technology, but I'm not sure where to start. Please ask me as many questions as you like so you can help me with your best to the best of your ability. Side note, I often have these weird typos like this in my requests to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT never judges me for it, so I appreciate that very much. It gave me a great output, and the idea of asking ChatGPT to ask me questions I found from somebody, I don't remember who, but it's a brilliant idea because it really helps to kind of narrow down exactly what you're going to get for an output. So ChatGPT asked me some great questions to help me get a really good idea of what a good side hustle for me would be. It asked what industry or field I was most interested in. Do I have any experience with AI or machine learning technologies? Am I more interested in providing a service, a product, or a combination? Do I have a target audience? Am I considering this as a solo project? What's my budget? How much time per week? What are your long-term goals for this project? How comfortable are you with learning new software? Do you have any experience with entrepreneurship or starting a business? Super smart questions to ask. And I gave it my answers. This is my answers. Knowing those answers now, you can probably get an idea of why I wasn't super excited about the output that I got. I was, but I wasn't. Because it basically said, you should create a digital product with ChatGPT, and that's how you're going to make money, which I already do. So that's why it wasn't really necessarily the best output for me, but it made perfect sense. It was the right answer. ChatGPT asked the right questions and gave me an option that was most suitable for the skills that I already have. So I guess it was actually a perfect answer. So we can take a quick look at the steps that ChatGPT has given me for creating this digital product and selling it with the help of ChatGPT. I need to define what the product's going to be, create content with ChatGPT, create the actual content of the product, refine, and structure the content, market and sell the product. Very basic overview, very broad kind of outline of steps to do. I asked next ChatGPT to help me define a target audience, and it gave me some questions to consider, which was very helpful. Again, more excellent outputs from ChatGPT. The next thing I asked was, okay, I'm going along with I'm going to create a digital product as my side hustle, even though it's my main hustle. I would like to create an ebook that helps online business owners use ChatGPT to make more money in some way. Can you give me some ideas? Now, I really wasn't expecting to get all of these great ideas for new ebooks I could be writing, but I did, because ChatGPT is that good. I could do a book on content creation. Customer service, it's probably not what I wanted. I'm not super interested in that, so I probably won't be doing that one. Product descriptions and sales copy is interesting. I see that more. I could certainly see that for the people that I work with, but probably something much more robust than just an ebook. So I don't think that's one that I would create for this particular little project. Personalized marketing, I wasn't really interested in that one. Idea generation, I actually have a workshop that I've already created that helps with that, so that one was out. Market research sounded a little boring to me, so I wasn't really interested in that. Training and onboarding, I thought that was really interesting. I think what ChatGPT meant was training and onboarding a new person that I might hire, I might help somebody else learn how to train and onboard their first employee. But I liked that one better as like training and onboarding someone who's just bought a digital product from you. Like, what's that onboarding process for them? How do you keep them excited and happy that they've made this purchase? How do you introduce them to that transition from being someone that just consumes your content, your free content, and now they've purchased something and they're part of your little inner community? What is that like for them? What's that onboarding process for them? I liked that idea. Automation of routine tasks. I also really loved that one. And that's the one I ended up landing on that I want to, at some point, that will be my next ebook that I write. I have to learn all of that first because I don't really automate some things with ChatGPT, but I'm sure there's a lot more. So I have some research and everything to do on that one, but I'm interested in that for sure. And creating reports with ChatGPT. Again, just a tiny bit boring. Not really something I wanted to focus on for this, but I'll have to go back to it and see what I can actually do as far as reports with ChatGPT. So I will be doing that, but the focus I think that I'm going to take for this is the automation of routine tasks. So that is going to be on my list of things I am going to be doing with ChatGPT to make money. Now, I already have an ebook that I created with ChatGPT. It's called the 12-Hour Ebook. It's in my Etsy shop that teaches you how to write your own ebook in 12 hours or less with the help of ChatGPT. So I already know this one works. I've had it up to sell for a month. I've sold over 100 of them. I've made over $700 from it. I don't normally recommend selling on Etsy, but I'm experimenting with it. So this first how to make money with ChatGPT output, I 100% know works. This you can definitely do. This is a check mark. That's on the list. That can be done. I will go ahead and create the new book just to see what happens with something different. And you can see I've already started outlining what this might look like because I asked ChatGPT if it could expand on automation of routine tasks. And it gave me a lot of ideas: email drafting, scheduling and reminders, social media updates, content generation. Of course, I use it for this already. Customer service, I don't know. I need to check this one out for sure. Meeting notes and minutes, that one was really interesting. And then data analysis summary. I'm curious about that. That's something I'll have to dive into and figure out what that one's all about. So we'll see. So that was my first response. I started with ChatGPT. It worked really well with those questions that it gave me and did give me something that I am capable of doing. So that was great. But I was really curious to see, like, what are some of the other ideas out there other than what I already know how to do and what I know works. And so the next thing I did was dive into my old best friend, Google. So this article from BBomb was the first response that I got from Google with 10 different ways that you can make money with ChatGPT. And so what I decided to do was, rather than reinvent the wheel, I was going to go through everything that BBomb had included and start to test it out for myself. So here's what I came up with. Here is my rendition of those 10 ways to make money online with ChatGPT on struggle.co, where I blog. So I want to show you what I came up with and how I went through everything and what I decided to try and what I'm definitely not going to try. First thing I want to do is show off this stunning image that I made with Midjourney. One of the things that I want to do, and we're going to talk about in a second. Actually, I'll save it. I'm not going to talk about it right now. Remember this. We're going to come back to this, okay? All right, so you know how blog posts go. A little bit of information that nobody ever reads, but is very important for SEO. We're going to skip right by all of that. And I talk in the blog post more. I'll link it down below. And I do link to BBomb's article, so they'll get their SEO juice for contributing to my post about this. Okay, so this is the list that I found on BBomb and me going through it one by one and deciding, is this something I want to try or is it not? One of the reasons that I chose this article from BBomb is because the first thing they listed I thought was fascinating. It was find unclaimed money with ChatGPT. And I was like, is there a special trick for finding your unclaimed money with ChatGPT? And so I did the step-by-step that was in the article. There is not a special trick for doing with ChatGPT. It's much, if you think that you might have some unclaimed money out there, just Google it. Just Google unclaimed money, your state, and your name, and it's much easier that way. Doing it with ChatGPT was convoluted. However, I will say, I'm glad that I found that and that it was in that article because I found $1,200 that I need to claim. So I will be taken care of that paperwork. It's a little bit of paperwork to get it, but it's a smart thing to do. You definitely don't need ChatGPT for it. So that's not going to be on the list. That's not really, I talked at the top of this, what did I call this? How to make money with ChatGPT, 10 options, but beware, only 9 of them are legit. This was the not legit one. This is not making money with ChatGPT. This is just finding unclaimed money. So this one doesn't count, but I think it's a good PSA. Don't forget to look for your unclaimed money. So, okay, now onto the real list. Build an app, website, or service. So this is fascinating. There's so much talk about how with ChatGPT, you don't have to know how to code. You can create an app and all of that stuff. And I find that very intriguing, and it could be interesting to try to learn to do that. But I don't think it's probably anything that I'm going to want to spend a lot of time on. I do have, when I'm thinking about a side hustle, I do want something kind of low key that is not going to require a lot of new learning from me. I could use ChatGPT to help design my website. I have my own site, marybethsantos.com. I don't blog there, I blog here on Struggle, but it definitely needs some design help. So I might go back and do that, or I could see myself collaborating with someone that I know that might be interested in doing something like this, but otherwise this is probably one that I'm not going to be super interested in. The next one is get business ideas from ChatGPT. This is 100% something that you can do with ChatGPT. I did a workshop on this. It's the 0 to 1K workshop. ChatGPT is remarkably good at helping you figure out a target audience and potential digital product ideas for that audience. And it doesn't have to be digital products, like whatever you want to create for that target audience, ChatGPT would be able to help you. And there's really just like a few questions that you have to ask. And they are very particular questions, because what you don't want to do is, hey, ChatGPT, can you give me some business ideas? You definitely want to start like more broad than that, have an idea of a niche in your mind, and then work from that. So in the 0 to 1K workshop, I go through how I tackle these questions, but these are the questions that you would go through. What can you tell me about whatever your niche, whatever that big broad niche is that you're thinking about? Photography, making money online, gardening. You can start really broad. Next question is, who is interested in that niche? This is going to start to give you a list of different groups of people that are interested in that. What roadblocks frustrate those people and keep them from their goals when it comes to whatever that niche was? And then what are the consequences that the people that we chose, our target audience, face if they do not overcome the roadblock of, and so whatever roadblock you chose from question 3. I go through that step by step in the workshop, and I go through a couple of examples. But if you want to just pop those questions into ChatGPT and see what you come up with, they work. You should get a really good output from it. So this one, 100%. Get some business ideas from ChatGPT. I can tell you for sure that will work. We just saw it really in the example from looking at the different types of ebooks that I could create. That's similar to what you will end up with after that set of questions. Okay, so the next one, create an AI chatbot. I think you can tell by the length of that paragraph how I feel about it. I'm not interested in it at all. It seems like something that would be pretty technical, and it may not be at all. I don't know, but I also don't care to find out. So that one is not going to be on the list for me. Thank you anyway, B-Bomb. I appreciate everything on the list. But that one I'm not doing. The next one, email affiliate marketing. I should be doing way more affiliate marketing than I currently do. What I currently do is none, absolutely zero affiliate marketing. And so I've actually already started this one. I've built a page on marybethsantos.com with all of the tools that I use and that I love so that people can reference them there. And I am also I'm going to add to my welcome email sequence an email with all of the tools that I use and I love so that people can reference them early on. And that's valuable to the people on my email list to be able to say, wait, what does she recommend again for screen recording? What does she recommend for an email service? Just some free helpful value that is going to be good for my email audience and maybe good for me too if I get some affiliate sales out of it. So that's something I've already started. We can take a look at that page too, just to see what it looks like. Before we look at the page that I created, of course, I used ChatGPT to help create the page because I was not about to do that all by myself. And so I asked ChatGPT, this is the prompt that I use. I have an audience of digital product online business owners. I want to share a resource with them that outlines the tools that I use and love and includes some affiliate links. The tools I use and love include, and I gave a big list of the ones that I use, and asked for ChatGPT to help with it. A very simple prompt, actually. And it did such a good job with this output. I really loved it. It gave me a title and a subtitle. I haven't committed to that title or subtitle, and I'll probably change it at some point, but thankful to have it anyway. It gave me a little bit of an introduction, which I didn't use. I wrote my own. But then what I love that it did is it broke it down into the tool and then it started a bulleted list with the use case and the description, which really helped me conceptualize what the page was going to look like, because I was starting to get stuck in my head about that. And that is something that ChatGPT helps me with so much. So it did a great job with that. It gave me a conclusion. And then it also, because I also asked it for the email content, it gave me that too, which is great. It's got the subject, I could probably copy and paste this. I probably won't because I didn't ask for my style, so I probably won't copy and paste it, but I could if I had asked it for my style. Actually, I could just ask it to write it in my style and just do that. But yeah, it's got the email information too. I forgot to add Canva, so I asked it to add that. It did it for both the web page and the email. So that was super helpful. What else did I ask? I asked if it had anything else that I should add besides use case and description. And it gave me price, which I ended up adding. I am also going to add videos here. Now we'll skip over. I'm going to flip over to the page. So you can see I rewrote the whole thing, the introduction, which I knew I would want to do. I wanted it to definitely sound like me. But so I added in pricing for each of the tools that I use. Of course, I added all my links, but I'm also going to do one additional thing I'll do with this page is a really short, like 2 to 5 minute video walkthrough of each of the tools. And when I send the email, I'll link to this page so that people can come and see the videos from that too. So this literally took me, obviously the output, getting that from ChatGPT took no time at all. It was a matter of the longest part of getting the output was thinking about the list of tools that I use. So maybe it took me 10 minutes to get that output, and then it was pretty much half an hour to create this page. And all of a sudden I have a resource for affiliate marketing. I should have had this a long time ago. I really do love and use these tools, and not sharing them with my audience is like depriving them of tools that they could be using. A lot of them are free or have a free tier. So I'm really happy to have this done now. So that one, email affiliate marketing, is 100% on the list and already in the works. I need it. I'm going to send out the email to my current list of people, and then I'll add that email into my welcome series. Good job on that one, B-Bomb. Turn into a prompt expert. Okay, so I don't want to be a prompt expert. I don't really think being a prompt expert is a good thing to be because it's not really that difficult to write good prompts. However, what I do think is an excellent idea, and this is where we're going to go back to, sorry for the seasickness of scrolling back up. That's where I want to go back to this image that I was happy to show off at the beginning. Let me get me away from the image so we can just look at the lovely image. I made this with Midjourney. And one of the things that I absolutely love using Midjourney. It is one of my favorite tools. I don't have a ton of reasons to use it for my business, but for things like images and blog posts, if I was doing Instagram more religiously than I am, I could use it for Instagram images. I absolutely love using Midjourney. For blog posts, it means I don't have to use stock photos anymore, which is great. I get beautiful original art. I absolutely love this image. I love it. And so what I'd like to do, rather than become the prompt expert, what I would like to do is create some type of a digital product for my Etsy shop that has lists of different types of prompts that online business owners who are doing digital products, or that people that are blogging, doing Instagram, whatever it might be, prompts for Midjourney so that they can start creating their own original images with AI too. And it'll be perfect in my Etsy shop. I think it will fit really well. I just have to actually sit down and do this one. So this is another one. I don't necessarily think, when they spoke about turning into a prompt expert, it meant more like create a course on how to write prompts. I'm putting a twist on that a little bit, and I'm going to just write the prompts, and hopefully that will be something that an online business owner will want, because rather than using the same stock photos that are just, everybody uses the same ones over and over, right? Midjourney can give you something a little bit more creative and unique to you. So I think that will be, I'm excited to actually create that. I just have to actually sit down and create it. So we'll get to that. Okay, up next from B-Bomb was create videos with ChatGPT. You can't really create a video with ChatGPT, but what you can do, and what I actually have done with this video, and I've done it before with other videos, you can take something that you've written, like a blog post, so this blog post that I've written, you can feed it piece by piece to ChatGPT and get a fantastic YouTube script from it. If the only thing that you do after you watch this video is ask ChatGPT to turn one of your blog posts into a YouTube script, you will leave here very happy because it does such a phenomenal job with this. You definitely want to check that out. I will be honest, I'm not using the script that ChatGPT wrote for me, however. I've been winging this whole thing. But I promise you, it did really write a good script. It even gives you like direction, where to look, what to put on the screen, all of that stuff. It does a phenomenal job with that. But this one got me thinking about other ways that I could use AI to create video. And I started researching things like, could I turn my words actually into a video? I would love to be able to do something like where I might tell a story that becomes an animation. So I'm looking into things like that. That's not something that would be like at the top of my list of things to do as like a side hustle with ChatGPT, but it's something that sounds really fun. So I am looking into figuring that out. While we're on the topic of AI and video, I want to give a shout out to Descript. If I weren't using Descript for my long form video editing, I probably never would have made this video. It is phenomenal. If you hate editing your videos in the timeline, I don't like doing that. It's too fine for me. I don't like it. It takes too much time. It's too detailed. What Descript does is you get a transcript of the video, and instead of editing in the timeline, you edit the words like in a Google Doc. You just erase whatever you want to erase. You can even have it record your voice and change what you've said if you flub your words or whatever. But it also, there's like a magic star button that will take out any of your filler words. I am going to use it to take out every single time that I say I can't say it because it will take that out if I say it. The last time I did a video and had Descript do the editing for me and take out that word, I said it 657 times. So it's super helpful for that. Anyway, that's my little commercial for Descript. I'm going to do a longer form tutorial on how I use Descript in another video because I love it so much. So video and ChatGPT, it's probably not a direct line to making money necessarily. Like I wouldn't consider this a side hustle, but anytime that you can make like creating your YouTube videos easier, more efficient, getting rid of the editing headaches, that's going to help you build your audience faster because you'll get your content out there faster. And so indirectly that will lead to making money, but it's not necessarily a side hustle. So that's not really on the list of what I'm going to try to actually make more money with ChatGPT. Freelance and create content. This one, I've always had this like side dream of being a freelance writer, like just kind of, you don't have to really do anything except wait for that assignment to come in and start writing. I know there's probably a lot more to it than that, but I've never tried it because I don't know what that more to it is. And so I'm definitely going to try this one. I'm gonna have to be careful with it because I don't want to become a freelance writer, like a full-time freelance writer, but I've always been curious about what this is and how it works and all of that, and I think this is the perfect time to experiment with it. I am going to go literally step by step with whatever ChatGPT tells me what to do for creating some type of a freelance writing business, and we'll see what happens. I'm very curious about this one. This isn't the first one I'm going to start with, but I will definitely get to this one. Become a virtual assistant. I have it here because I do think this is 100% a great thing that you could do. You could certainly make money becoming a virtual assistant, and ChatGPT could help you a ton being a virtual assistant. I am not interested at all in being a virtual assistant. It's probably, to me, it's make money with digital products or become a virtual assistant. Those things are going to both be full-time gigs for you. I probably wouldn't want to do both of those at the same time. Like I just wouldn't feel comfortable like trying to manage my whole business and assisting somebody else who's probably running their own. I don't think that I would have time to do both of those things. So that one's not for me, but I definitely wanted to include it because I think it could be, if you're not interested in creating a digital product, that could certainly be something that you would do. So I am going to start, like I already did start with the email affiliate marketing, and I literally knocked that out in less than a day. Possibly less than an hour at this point is how much time I've put into it. ChatGPT helped me with the list of things that I wanted to add to the affiliate marketing page that I showed you. It helped me write the page. It helped me write the email. I haven't sent the email yet. So that's the last thing that I need to do for that one. And then that's good to go. That will be done. The next one that I'm definitely going to work on is creating, we talked in the beginning about what ChatGPT gave me for some ideas for creating a new digital product. I think that's what I'm going to do next, is do the ebook about automating some of your processes. So we'll see. I'll see how that goes. I need to actually dive into what are those things that you can automate besides what I'm already doing. I think right after that, what I'll do next is the prompts for Midjourney and add those to my Etsy shops. Out of everything that was in here, I'm taking what ChatGPT has given me, and I'm definitely going to do that ebook. So that's one thing that we're going to try making more money with ChatGPT. That's definitely on the list. I already know, I don't really need to test this. This is just me adding to what I've already done. I can show you my Etsy store. So here's the Etsy store. This is the book that I wrote. It's called the 12-hour ebook. I actually wrote this one in 10 hours. I did 2 hours a day over the course of 5 days. The idea was that I was going to do it in a weekend, but I could not get myself to sit still 6 hours on Saturday and 6 hours on Sunday. But you 100%, if you're somebody that can do that, like just sit down and get it done in 2 days, you could do this in 2 days. I have sold. And this was I wrote this in collaboration with ChatGPT, and it's the way that I wrote it is the exact steps that I show in the book, step by step, all the prompts and everything that you would need. Let's see, I didn't sell any of them today. That's too bad. But I put this up to sell on May 7th. I know that because it was my birthday. And I have since, it's June 17th today. I've sold 115 of them and made $720 in revenue. Etsy fees are crazy, so I don't actually get that much, but that's okay. So that I already know works. I don't really need to think too much about creating that next product. I know I can put it in the shop, and when people find it, they'll buy it. So we're doing that for sure. New digital product to sell. We did find unclaimed money with ChatGPT. That does not count, however, as a way to make money with ChatGPT. Just Google that. I'm not going to build an app, a website, or a service, but that's okay. Getting business ideas from ChatGPT. That is 100% works. I have already done this, and I have the workshop that shows you how I walk through finding those ideas with ChatGPT. This one I don't need to do. So far we have the digital product idea is definitely in here. What was next? Creating an AI chatbot. That was an immediate no for me, which is okay. Email affiliate marketing is definitely on my list and already almost done. Turn into a prompt expert. That's on my list with that little bit of a twist. I don't want to be a prompt expert. I would prefer to teach you how to use prompts to do something else. And so I'm going to do those Midjourney prompts for the images that you might need for your online business. Add that to the Etsy store. Creating videos with ChatGPT, not a direct line to making money in my case, I don't think, but I definitely will always continue to use ChatGPT to write my scripts for YouTube. Next time, maybe I'll actually use the script. I probably should have this time. And other things too. I am really interested in figuring out how I can do some type of an AI generated animated video. When I find time to do that, I will definitely let you guys know how it goes. Freelance and create content. This is number 4. I'm trying this. I'm going to be a little writer locked up in a hole in my closet. I'm going to live that dream and see what happens. I'm not going to think about it. I'm going to literally ask ChatGPT step by step, how do I become a freelance writer? And I'm just going to follow the steps that it gives me, and that's it. I'll do a collaboration on the writing between myself and ChatGPT, but figuring out how to become that, I'm going to let ChatGPT do that for me, and I'm literally just going to follow it step by step. So that is 4 things that I am going to try starting a new side hustle with ChatGPT, just to see what other ways there are that I might be able to make more money with ChatGPT. Will I stick with all of them? No, I'm not going to be a freelance writer, I don't think, forever. But I am very curious about how that one is going to work out. If you want to see what happens on this journey, hit subscribe, follow along. I will definitely be doing updates on how everything works, and I really would love to share it with you. So subscribe and do whatever other things you can do. hit the bell so you get notifications of new videos. And that's it. Thanks. This one was chaotic. I apologize. Maybe next time I will follow the script that ChatGPT wrote for me.